Okay, very good day everybody. This is another video, welcome. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, I'll be your captain for today. And we're sitting here in Nepal at the Katmandu airport, flying a FedEx delivery flight. And so we're flying from the Tribhuvan International Airport. We're going to Paro Airport in Bhutan. So it's going to be interesting, because as you probably know, this is quite a dangerous approach that we're going to have to be flying there. I have done the challenge in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Did score quite nice. It was a great A, but flying the entire thing, it's probably going to be entirely different story. So probably we won't make it in one piece, but maybe we got some more pieces, and that would also be fine. Then you know what I mean. So let's just get this thing going and hop into the aircraft, and we'll get over the briefing a little bit. See, this is the this is actually nothing. Let's have a look here. Okay, so this is the situation. We're going to fly the Igris, I believe it was the 1 Bravo departure. We will check this momentarily. This is not too exciting. It is, I believe, what kind of it's just a standard instrument departure. So it's fine. It's nothing too interesting going on. Nothing we can't handle. Could have a look here. Quickly check now what the departure route is. Is it the Bravo or the Alpha? Yes, the Igris 1 Bravo. Okay, so the Igris 1 Bravo departure. Out of runway 02, climb straight ahead to DME 2.5 from the Katmandu VOR, then turn left, remaining within 5 from KTM, 5 DME from the KTM VOR. When passing the KTM 320 radial, you turn left straight for the Katmandu, then Katmandu radial 105 to Igris, continue climb. But probably the autopilot is going to fly it for us. Obviously, in real life, pilot would be, would have to be able to actually fly this, obviously. Okay, but this is not the most exciting part of the journey. What is the most exciting part is going to be the arrival at the Paro airport. This is the chart for the final approach chart, actually. And we're going to be landing at runway 15. The airport elevation is 7,364 feet. We will be descending through 15,200 at PR 842, and then we pass 730, 799, 13,800. We carry on. The speed restriction is also coming here, or constraint. Then at Paro 816, we are at 13,800 still, and we cross this little hilltop there, and we take a right turn. We should definitely keep on descending. Let's see, this is a PR 814. Let's have a look what they say here. Yeah, so basically we use it's a glide slope, about 3.5 degrees glide slope. So yeah, let's just hop in and just get some experience going, and who knows, one day it will all be beautiful. So one more look outside. So we are flying the FedEx livery. It is actually the Airbus fly-by-wire, the A32NX mod. Definitely go check that out. The link is in the description. It is a free mod, and people are working on this like on a daily basis. Sometimes there's like 2 updates in one day. So they keep on We keep on going with this thing. That's really nice. So let's just go ahead and get to the through the startup procedure. We also have to put in the flight plan and everything. So we got the external power. So the aiders are going to be aligned. Let's just quickly run through this part right here. Now before I loaded into the flight, I did not check, because I do have a little experience obviously with the landing challenge from the Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I must say I forget which one of the two runway directions it is, and I believe it's 1-5. If that is the case, then I'll sort of know how to fly it, but only once I get to that point and I'm in a stable approach, you know, because Microsoft sets you up with a really nice and stable approach. Excuse me. But this is obviously different when you have to you know, get the approach stabilized by yourself. Looking at the charts, you know, it looks like that's going to be quite a challenge, really. But we're going to try this anyway, obviously, just because we can, because it's so cool. So let's just so the aircraft's starting up, the aiders are aligning. We'll quickly run through this. I will get the flight plan from the SimBrief website. We'll import it right here. Init press, you click here and just go to load the flight plan for you. So that's really nice. We got the FedEx 812 call sign right there. We got the departure, Victor November Kilo Tango to Victor Quebec Papa Romeo. En route time is about 46 minutes, so it's not too crazy. What did we have here again? No, we do not need this for now. So the NAD page, we do the same. We request the flight plan and it's just loading for us. Cruising altitude will be 350. So now for the flight plan. The flight plan is in. Always check to see if there is no discontinuity, flight plan discontinuity, because the aircraft's just gonna, like the Earth, you know, just a little freaky. We'll see if we can clear this out. There you go. Not really sure why to think VQPR twice here, actually. Let's hope it's not going to be too big of a problem. So quickly going through it again. Diesel 732, 714, 712, 710, 708, VQPR. I really wonder why it's here twice. I'm just going to take a chance and delete this one. And now you get flight plan discontinuity. Clear that one out. It should probably be fine. Well, once the aircraft has figured out its position, we can check the routing just to be very sure. So that would be this part. Let's just go back there. My apology. So we will be flying the departure. Quickly double check. I believe it's from runway 02. You go to the OFP and we just scroll down to the part that we need for our flight. For this 02, and then the egress 1 Bravo. So departure runway 02, and the SID would be the egress 1 Bravo. I thought it was 2 Bravo. Am I going crazy already, man? Oh, it is 1 Bravo. Look, I'm going crazy already. So that's good news. Nothing weird going on with reality. It's just my perception. Okay, so increase 1 Bravo. So we click the insert, and that should be there as well. Later we're going to check for the flight plan discontinuities again. The arrival runway will be 15. We're going to put in the RNAV 15 Zulu. There's no via, so we just go ahead and we insert. Okay, so now we got the flight plan loaded in its entirety. So here is another flight plan discontinuity, so it's always good to check for those. I believe in the stable version of the fly-by-wire A32NX this does not happen, but in the experimental version that we're flying today, this can sometimes actually happen. So it is good to take note of that. There's no alternative flight plan. Okay, so the flight plan appears to be loaded in. As I said, we're going to have to check before we take off, so that just we know absolutely sure the flight plan is entered correctly. There's no secondary flight plan. The red nav page. So if you look at the departure, I guess it doesn't hurt to put in the DOR for the Katmandu. There it was hidden. This is not the one. Here's the egress 1 Bravo. So we will need the KTM. So if you look, so basically what they're saying, you're flying from the so you're flying away from the VOR till you reach 2.5 nautical mile distance. Then you do a left turn to 105, but you maintain between 5 DME from the Katmandu VOR. So you take a left turn here, and you just keep on climbing, and you should not be below 10,500 feet once you reach egress. Egress Bravo is not below 7,500. And that would be, let's see, how does this work? Egress Bravo. Not really sure why this line is here, how to interpret this. But no worries, we're going to fly it anyway, so Kilo Tango Mike, we just put in the name there. Kilo Tango Mike. And it should then recognize this is the one that's the closest, obviously. And is there any concern for the course, what they're saying? Climb straight ahead to DME 2.5 KTM, turn left, remain within 5 DME. When passing radio 320, turn left to KTM. So when passing radio 320, I guess we could maybe put in radio 320 if you would like to monitor. I'm going to trust the autopilot really, but this is what it should look like. So you pass the radio 320, the outbound radio. Once you pass that radio, you turn left, you fly direct to the Katmandu VOR, and then you fly outbound radio 105 Katmandu to egress. And as I said, you continue climb to MEA. What is that? I think MEA stands for something. I forget. Okay, so anyway, 320 and 105. Just try putting in 320. Let's start with this. Okay, so we get the red nav page covered. So for the fuel, we go to the performance weight and balance page. Block fuel 3406, so that's 3.4. We're going to load it just like this. going to start the boarding. So the boarding is now started, I believe, or do I click it again? Oh, is it not doing it? Maybe should I first request? There you go. You cannot board anything if there's nothing to board, is there? Okay, the boarding started, there you go. So the init B page, we go here for the final fuel setup. Sometimes I forget these things, so just checking. Block fuel 3.4. Okay. So put in the block fuel 3.4. Can go right there. The wind component for today's flight would be, you kidding me? Plus 050. Plus 050. That's going to be a significant tailwind. There we go, tail 050. Let's cover it. Performance page, we do flap 1 takeoff from Katmandu. The aircraft is giving us the V speeds. The flight plan, everything is the MCDU set up now. In the meantime, the aircraft worked out its location. So what we can do, we go to the plan page. Let's see what this looks like, and especially I'd be interested to see what the end of the flight plan is going to look like. See, can we maneuver this in a way that everybody can see, including Arkady? Okay. Well, so far so good. Looks like a flight plan. And then the really interesting approach will come, where we'll be flying through the mountains and the valleys and everything. Not really sure what I'm seeing here, so let me just zoom out a little bit. You see it's sort of S-shape, but it looks like we're going... Let me just double check here. Let's have a look at the approach chart. Itinerary 12, 816 is right here. I'd like to resolve this bit there. So zoom in a little more. Is it 710 and 708 maybe? Seven 708. The So this does not. I do not interpret this the same way as I do the chart. Actually, really. Would look like 830, 828. So where the hell is the 708 and the 710? It is this. So is this? I believe that's for the missed approach, isn't it? So let's just double check. So perhaps we just could do. I'm not really sure. I'm confusing. Am I confusing myself? Am I confusing anyone? So this is obviously the missed approach chart, and on the approach chart itself, you do not see all these. So let's have a look at the flight plan. This takes us to KIMTI, SUBSU, and then direct 744, 742, 740, 738, 36, 3432, and then from 32 to 717, 714, 712, 710, 708. Oh, I just do two things at once here. That doesn't work, Arkady. Let's see. So 744, 742, where is that on the chart? Because I do not believe it's on this one, is it? 744, it is here. Okay, and then you don't move like that, do you? Okay. 744, 42, 740. I do not believe I see this on the chart. So this is interesting. Looks like we're already crashing, you know, before we actually took off. Well, that's an interesting development, if you could call this a development. Holding fix, initial approach fix, Papa Romeo 888, and then come 744. I think I understand. Well, not really sure. Let me check, because there should actually be no. This looks still like there's a flying some kind of arrival. Well, I think there was no arrival. Yeah, there you go. So there is just no arrival. We should not do that. But I may have encountered this before, actually. Looks like you cannot fly this. You cannot just select. You cannot select just the runway. Looks like it is mandatory to select some kind of approach. Obviously, we could just go ahead and delete all those waypoints there, so to make it look fine. But let's have a look at the routing again. or some more rather I should say. I mean, it's probably not going to hurt. You know, these are supposed to be these charts are supposed to be representing the real deal. So let's just go over and brief a little bit what to expect. So let's zoom in a little more like this. You know what? I think it's fine. It's just I want one zoom out. Just bear with me. Okay, so this is just the only difference here is we were not cleared to fly this approach. We were cleared to fly direct to the airport. We were cleared to fly direct from. Let's check the fly pad. Basically from PR 708. And can we even find this? Yeah, so direct from PR 08, 708. Sure, let's just wing it. Like we always do, should be fine. Okay, so we go back to the performance page. We got the fuel on board, we got the passengers on the board as well. So we're going to turn on the seatbelt sign as well. Turn on the beacon lights, naval lights, or the wing lights, I mean. And let's start up the APU. To me, it does not sound like this APU is starting up. I believe usually it's always a little, it starts up a little quicker. So let's see if I'm not forgetting anything. APU flap is open, does not appear to be starting. Oh, obviously I forgot to, I'm sorry, there you go, start, and now it will start up. So let's listen in with the APU, there you go. Okay, so that's the APU starting up. It's available. So you turn on the APU bleed. And lately the aircraft's been having the tendency to start pushing back whenever I either, not really sure when, but either when I turn on the APU bleed and or when I turn off the external power. So let's turn off the external power and see if the aircraft starts moving or not, because we do not want it to start moving now. Looks stable. Okay, for now I'm convinced. So we turn on the constraints here. And let's have a look at the departure chart for our altitude. 7,500, 10,500. I think we're going for initial climb of 12,000 feet. So 12,000 feet laid in as well. Constraints on this side too. So we have this. Today I don't know what's wrong, is sort of flying through the startup flow a little bit, I guess. So yeah, there you have it. Okay, so we're about to start the engines. It is actually stealing up, but just turn them on anyway. Arm the ground spoiler. We lock the flight deck. You center the rudder. Flap go to 1 for the takeoff. And give ourselves a 3, 6, 4, 2 score code. And here it goes on. And see all the aircraft, okay? So that should be good now as well. So I think we're about ready for push start then. So the final check here. We'll open up the fuel pump. I guess it should be it, so let's go ahead and call the tug. So the tug is now coming. Let's have a little look outside. Now I did real world weather, so no idea what to expect once we reach our destination, because that's an airport where you would need absolute visibility, you know, otherwise you're not even going to see the runway, and the runway is already going to be hidden, you know, anyway, you know, so so yes, the worst case scenario, I might consider changing the weather conditions once we arrive, but it looked good when I was planning it. Okay, so let me quickly check here. Have a sip of my cola. So the MCDU is set up, we got the radars turned on, the flaps and the ground spoilers. Speed brake to max, we'll do this once we arrive at the runway. Let's also set this actually, well, I took it automatically, 1016, so that's good too. Landing system, no, well, let's turn on the VR1, so we can see that radio 320 that we're going to cross, and then we're going to fly 105 outbound from the Katmandu VOR. So I guess it should be it. Before we continue the pushback, let's have a look where we are on the airport. So right here, and we are taking off 02. So we're flying to the north. So okay. So we just go here, and looks like we're going to have to backtrack. Yeah, we're going to backtrack. Okay. So we just get going. So we request the pushback to go reverse. Disengage the parking brake. And we start up engine number 2. Oh, that's stupid, the rudder trim. I'm telling you, it's been a while since I've flown this. Okay. Well, not very long, but I've been flying DC-6 and some other aircraft. Okay, so we're pushing back. So let's do the turning. It's a bit of a messy pushback. So engine number 2 will become available any moment now. There you go, avail. Engine number 1. Okay, so that's enough for me. Stop the pushback. Set the parking brake immediately so we don't start moving all over the place. So during my latest streams I've been noticing that this overlay was not updating itself. So I switched from the SIM Connect to FSU IPC to see if that make any kind of difference. Hopefully it's a little more stable now. Apologies. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, engine number 1 is available as well. So now we turn on the taxi lights, the nose wheel steering lights. Disengage the parking brake. And let's start taxiing. Let's quickly check where we can carry on all the way to Echo, and that's where we will go on to the runway then. Alright? Let's have a look outside. I like the shadow here, the setting sun. I wonder what is going to be at our destination. Fortunately, it's not going to be too long, so the sun will still be shining, I hope. Straying a little bit off the center line there. Doing quite a few things at the same time here, multitasking. It's not what you would call the term that I only found out today by my friend. It's not what you call a sterile cockpit. You know, like I'm smoking and lighting the cigarette and all that stuff and taxiing. You know, it's asking for trouble. You know what I mean. Okay, so we are at the runway holding point now. just hold it for a second right here. Parking brake is set. So we're at the runway holding point. So what we do, we get out to the runway and drive all the way to the end right there, and then we turn around because the taxiway is end right here. And then we turn around to line ourselves up and we take off into this direction. Before we get out to the runway, however, we're going to turn on the landing lights so we have maximum visibility. Alert the
flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
The flight attendants that we're about to take off, and we get ourselves onto the runway. So we are at the Katmandu airport, just driving to the other end of the runway. To get ourselves lined up for departure to Paro airport, where hopefully we'll have a successful touchdown. Now obviously the Paro airport is a serious challenge. In reality, I believe it's about 10 pilots or something in the entire world that are allowed to land there for quite obvious reasons. And especially, the Airbus, it is not, they do fly there, I believe. They might even have the 320 as well, the one that we're flying now, but I know, I'm taking it too wide. But yeah, so the 319 lands there as well. Okay, so let's get this turn going a little bit instead of talking so much. Alright, so that's it. Should be good. So we arm the auto brake to maximum. Okay, so before we take off, what we will do is we turn off the packs, the air conditioning, to save a little bit of energy so that we can use maximum thrust, which we are going to use today. Okay, so here we go. V1, rotate, pitch up 17 degrees, positive rate, gear up, turn on AP1, thrust lever to climb. So this is Katmandu, everybody. Let's have a look outside a little bit. We are still within we are 3.5 nautical miles from the VOR, so that's looking good. We are now flying straight towards the Kilo Tango Mike, and actually I believe the departure did say that we then fly 105, which also looks to be going well then. Okay, so we're still climbing. The nozzle steering lights and taxi lights, takeoff lights can go off. Landing lights remain on. It's okay to turn on the packs for now. We just keep on climbing. So this actually should be fine. I think we're just going straight for flight over 350. Here we go. It looks like we are indeed going to fly 105 from the VOR. As you can see here, let's turn off the location. So this leg, this radial I should say, flaps up. It was a little late there. Pretty area, man. I fear there might be some clouds, but yeah, as I said earlier, if it's going to be too cloudy, I'm just going to have to disengage the clouds, just switch them off with the flip of a switch. Climbing through 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the landing lights and retract them. Seatbelt sign can come off as well. APU can go off. Here we are, on our way. Let's increase the range for the navigational display. Okay, so while we are climbing, I'm going to quickly step away from the flight deck and get another drink. Let's get the external, the window view. I believe they have some new window views as well. Okay, let's go through all of them then. So we still have this one. This is nice. There's the wing. And I believe, yes, a little bit behind the wing as well. So let's keep this one for now. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Okay, so looks like we're still flying. It's always good news. So let's go to the flight deck and see what's going on. There's definitely some turbulence going on here. Nothing too crazy. It's normal when flying over the mountains. So definitely a lot of clouds, and I do not like. So we may have to turn them off. Otherwise, we won't even be able to land. Let's see if we can get a weather report. So the weather report is requested. We printed, and what are they saying? 131, no wait, 130 at 12 knots, that's good. QNH 1017, 16 degree. For 1.7 knot to come out from KIMTI. Then we go to the Tomley. SUBSU. Let's see. It is interesting. All the waypoints we saw earlier, I do no longer see them. They are still in the flight plan, however. No discontinuity either. Well, let's just assume this is going to be fine. Maybe if we zoom in there, what it's going to look like, there you go. They're all still there. Okay, so nothing to worry about. Go back to the arc. So here we are then, cruising away. Now I'd like to see when we have to be where exactly. Let us also pull up the standby. Let's also pull up the chart for the arrival or the approach, rather. I'm going to get rid of this. It makes no sense to me. So if we go by PR 888, our initial approach fix, flight level 170, or actually 17,000 feet. So we could start, so we could use this, the Papa Romeo 888, and we want to be at 17,000 feet. So progress Papa Romeo 888. So once we get there, we want to be at 17,000. So when to start our descent? We're going to come from flight level 350, and we want to be at the target of 17,000 feet. So 57 nautical miles before the target, we will start our descent. So it's about 70 or so-ish nautical miles. We're definitely having some tailwind going on. You see the tape here is going a little bit crazy, and the attitude is plain as well. Let's have a look outside. Look at that. So a lot of turbulence. I know we're a FedEx plane, but still I'm going to turn on the seatbelt sign. You know, there's always some employees flying along or whatever. Okay. So yeah, turned on the seatbelt sign. I think that's best for now. SUBSU still there. So we might even just go ahead and enter the destination data, because it's a very short flight really. But it might be our last. So approach, so they had QNH 1016, and the wind was 130 at 12, I believe. 13012, temperature was 16, and the transition altitude is 18,000 feet. So the approach speed can actually be 121 knots. It's not too bad. Let's see if we can put anything. No, they do not have an ILS here, or nothing serious at all. So it's just going to be a visual approach. We do have, let's see here, decision altitude 10,290 feet. let's just go ahead and enter it. 10,290. Are we at our cruising level yet? Almost. But look at all these clouds, man. That's going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do, because I did choose real world time and weather just because it's cool. But obviously, let's see if we can change it a little bit. Oh my god. Immediately the aircraft starts panicking, which makes sense, but I didn't expect it to change everything. Okay, so everything is still under control. So that's a little bit of an annoyance because I would like to change the, maybe just only the clouds, but leave the rest as it is. But if I change this now, it's entirely going to change the weather entirely. It's actually, let's just do it for a bit. So we're overspeeding, but we are slowing down. Oh, the autopilot's coming off. Oh, this is not good. Overspeeding. Okay, you know what? Let's just go back to live. That's the quickest for now. And we acknowledge. Yes. And are we allowed now? Mark, yes, we can turn the autopilot back on then. That's good. Okay, so it was a little bit of a scare, but yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see the runway really. But yeah, I'm sorry, I thought it would actually be very easy to just say, okay, let's not be live, but at least it could stay the same, because it's going to assume that you're going to change it anyway, right? Doesn't really say what kind of weather it's going to change to. It will only say it's no longer live, which would then provide you with the opportunity to change the weather. But apparently it is already changing it for you, rather than keeping it in sync with what the live weather should be. So yeah, so we might not, we might have to abort entirely. Because obviously, you know, when you change the weather conditions, your speed and your altitude and all those things, you know, they instantly change, you know. Okay, so, well, we've been playing. It's 67 nautical miles. We have a tailwind, so I don't know, let's just start descending. So we were descending to 17,000 feet, I believe. Yeah. So let's do that. So 17,000 feet. We're starting our descent. The thrust goes to idle. We are in descent mode. So we're about to take a left turn. I'm trying to see if there was a... I do not believe it's implemented yet, the fix page. Because fix page could sometimes be nice. You can create a circle around a certain waypoint. But I don't think I'm going to mess with this now. Let's leave it on to flight plan for now. We are on our way to SUBSU. After that we have 744. I believe 788 is the initial approach fix. And then 744. But 788 does not appear to be on here. But still fine that we're descending to 17,000 feet. And the speed (185 knots). So let's try one more time the weather. Probably going to be the same all over again. Not quite, it's not as severe. So what, it's just choosing clear skies then? Alright. Okay, so we're going to clear skies. Let's quickly have a look. Our speed is now a lot higher, obviously. But it's immediately dropping. Let's check the QNH. Well, we're actually still on standard, so for now that's fine as well. But we will need a new weather report. So we're going to get this immediately. Weather request, send, and then we wait. I believe there was a way to get rid of the papers that you were having lying around here. Oh my god, no. Okay, that's my error. Still have autothrust, we still have autopilot. Okay, so that's all good. It is getting a little darker. But oh well, we'll see it when we get there. Let's have a look at the weather report now. Receive message, meter. Let's print it. Okay, so QNH 1017, the rest is still the same. Well, whatever, man. QNH 1017, then I can do that. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're still descending. Are going to reduce the speed now manually to 185. You can see immediately the nose going up a little bit. Yeah, so this is exciting, man. I've been doing 2 flights in a row on the stream when I was flying the PDMG DC-6, but I was still using the artificial flight engineer. Even with the artificial flight engineer, yesterday it was a big challenge. The one before it was not as big of a challenge. Excuse me. But yeah, obviously this is not like you're flying from. It's not like you're flying from San Diego to Los Angeles, for instance. You know, like a simple flight, so you know, straight to the point. This is like very complex procedures, obviously. I mean, you know, we should all be able to do it. You just need to figure out what to do, or be told what to do, or just follow simple procedure, or rather say simply follow procedure, and then practice. So one challenge could be getting over the hump, the final obstacle, if you will, the highest point of the approach, and then get the airplane down without overspeeding it. Yeah, so probably, yeah, we'll just see when we get there. Okay, so what's happening now? We're still descending. We are now 12 nautical mile from 744, where we would need to be at 17,000 feet and speed 185. Speed is still descending, is still decreasing, so that's good. It looks like we might make it. $13,800 there. Okay, 6.5 nautical mile. And the green dot, I believe it's, I forget, but I don't think you want to be under the green dot or for some reason, not really sure. I'm quickly going to try flap 1. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I believe the green dot is actually the minimum operating speed. Something like that. Obviously there is always more information to it, which I do not have ready. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit dark. Not pitch black just yet, so that's good. If I get really frightened, I'm going to turn up some of the sunlight actually. Okay, so we're coming up to 744, So we are actually a little behind in the vertical profile, because now we go to 742. So let's now check the charts. 744. Yeah, see, that's what's confusing. At 842 we need to be at 15,200. 842, can we see this here anywhere? I don't think we can, so unless it is a little further here. But we'll just keep on going. Local QNH 1017. So we're going to switch back 1017. So the airport elevation is 7,300 something, 63 I believe. Just looks like I cannot find this on the chart, but maybe I'm just too tired and just not seeing it. That sometimes happens. This is just the go around procedure. Seven 7909 818. Why is this button no longer turning? Am I doing anything wrong? Mayday. This is not good. Oh look, there it goes, all of a sudden. Wow. And it's the first time. Well, let's just keep on going. How is the bar doing? Is it, let's see it now. It could be that it's working now with the FSU IPC. Because it looks like the overlay bar is correct, I guess. Let me check the stream. Altitude 16,000 feet. Heading 056. Yeah, that looks to be okay. So, Paro approach, people. You know, you really eventually you just need to know your way around. You need to recognize every mountain, every valley. So you know precisely what you're doing. So my brother is an experienced pilot as well, and Yeah, he's been flying, he really likes flying around this area a lot, and I believe he has lots of hours flying these approaches manually, partly following the navigation obviously, but also very much emphasis on the VFR element of it all. So which is actually interesting, because it's definitely great help in finding your way. Okay, so if you look at this right here, so yeah, unfortunately these, I'm definitely missing something. We have the Papa Romeo 818. This was actually on our charts because it's near the corner. So I believe you could probably descend to 13, I'm just going to descend 13,800 feet. Let's quickly look out the window. Oh, it's getting dangerously dark. $13,800. I think maybe a little more light. I don't know. It looks cool, you know. But it's really getting a little dark. And the terrain does not work at this stage of the experimental version. I think we could do flap 2 as well, so let's just do that. What other constrictions do we have? Because the constraints, so 145 speed. So we should probably be taking it slow. So just going to do that. Let's just go 160 for now. And immediately the nose go up. So in that sense I would actually be compelled to go 145. So I'm just going to do it. It is a low speed, but we need to get this thing down in one piece. So 13,800, that is right there, should be here as well. And that is in 6.7 nautical miles. We're descending. Let's see, we need 2,000. So it's going to be about 4 minutes, I believe. So we're not going to make that unless we expedite a little, which speed is holding. Want to put some more flaps out. Actually, we can go full flaps by the looks of it. Oh man, we're going to land here in the dark. What the hell was I thinking? Okay, so the landing lights go on. Taxi lights, the nose-wheel steering lights.
2,500.
Look, there you go, 2,500, and I don't see shit. Now, I can no longer stand it. Oh, let's quickly look outside. What's going to happen? Because I don't see anything. A little more light, little more light. Where is the light? Oh, there you go. Just a little. Yeah, just like this. Fine. See, nothing else changing, so that's good. Got to cheat a little. Look outside. So is it now across the corner there? I'm not really sure. Oh, we have to make a right turn there. Okay, yes. So 13,800. Just going to stay at 13,800 for now. Speed is under control. And the altitude is under control. After 13,800, what's going to be next? Another constraint perhaps? 15,800. So we're about 6,000 feet above the ground. So here we are making the turn. One for 5 knots, 13,800 feet, and then we are supposed to descend the glide slope of 3.5. Yes, this is to be expected because we're flying. Look outside. We're flying over this ridge here. So the ground is coming up. So for now we're going to keep the autopilot engaged, but let's see, are we past the point now? Yes, we are. So going to descend, and let me quickly check if this is possible. 3.5 degrees, and does it work like this? It then looks like it. That's pretty cool. So I think it's going to try. Let me show you here. 1 second. It's going to try and keep 3.5 degrees descent. We're going over our altitude too much, but that's fine. That's what we want. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the autopilot. I'm going to descend a little quicker. I believe we're quite high. Reduce speed 130, let's just do it. Our flaps are full. I'm going to drop the gear as well. I'd like to be a little bit lower now. Over speed.
Minimum.
There's the runway. So this is not the approach that I had in mind, because now we're going way too fast. So you see how easy it's very difficult to get that first part of the approach. Look, overspeeding again. No, not going to pull up just yet. See if we... Oh wow. We would definitely... This would be a go around. We would never make it. What's the speed? No, man. Going to pull up? Yes, no worry, we pull up. Full power. Wow, that's interesting, man. Yeah, so now what? Let's get the speed to Let's just go 250. Gear up. Oh, well, now the aircraft is in alpha floor. So I believe we have to disengage the auto thrust or something. Oh, this might be turning into a crash. Let's see if we can go to the climb indent. And now we have toga lock. There's a mountain headed, we're headed straight to it. Just going to turn left. So this is battle conditions, just improvising. There is a go around procedure, which you are probably not following. Although it looks like you go left and then right, but okay, so what's the speed now? 160. That is a tad low. Alpha floor. What's our altitude? It is 14,000, so let's say, we're not doing anything with the autopilot yet, we're just preparing. Let's say 22,000. What's our speed doing? 200, but we have toga lock. Let's level it out. Auto thrust is engaged, but we do not want it for now. What's it saying? Thrust lock. Yes, this might be a little better. Let's see what happens if we turn on the autopilot and the auto thrust. It says lever to climb. Oh, do not. Okay, so lever to climb. What's our current heading? Like this. Okay, so at least we got some sort of stabilized flight going on. Engage, please. Oh my god, man. There, I click it. There you go. Okay. Okay, so we're on open climb, we're on heading mode, and we have a speed of 250. Our flaps are up and our gear is up. So what you could do is just see if you can do it again. Doesn't show anything here anymore. Let's see. What does the MCDU tell us? Anything on the direct page? Not really. So we could say we want to go to Papa Romeo 808, but not doing this just yet. No clue what they mean with this go around procedure, because this is a loop and then what, you go back here, you know? land the opposite direction? I would not assume so, really. So there's a lack of knowledge on my part, like how to interpret this procedure here. One thing, let's see, we could try Papa Romeo 850 and then just follow this course. So maybe just reprogram. So arrival, or RNAV arrival 15 Zulu via nothing, and insert it. And it looks like it's not coming up with any waypoints now. Do we still have fuel? We have 540 kilograms of fuel. Okay, so this is not going the way I had planned. Well, although I didn't really actually plan a whole lot. So let's see. Okay, what I'm going to do is use the GPS, if you will, just to see if we are actually anywhere on the charts, and it doesn't appear that way. So we're completely lost. So we can then maybe just try and go to Papa Romeo. Let's go to 730. So we just go to the direct page, see if it works. Papa Romeo 730. Okay, so that is it. So if we now go to heading, navigation, I mean, it's going to try this. Can we zoom out or in, rather? Okay, so it's behind us. Yeah, so no clue what we're doing. We'll see it when we get there. Oh, this should be fine. This should be fine. Okay, so then we will need the correct altitude, and I believe it was 730. So I'm gonna go for 13,800 again. I'm going to do this right now. $13,800 and do it. And the speed can go back as well. Just go on 185 for now. This is nerve-wracking, man. Speed actually, you know, I think I'm going to do speed let's just go 170, see how this works out for us. Okay, so quick recap. Well, actually we're pretty close, aren't we? So before I do any kind of recap, so that's how it is, okay. And how does this, this cannot be right, man. So we are descending, but we are descending a little bit slowly. So I'm going to drop the speed immediately to 145. Flap 1. But I'd be surprised if we would get it any better the second time, really. Because obviously, you know, it's just improvising now, and oh, quickly, let's do this, let's do that, you know, it's not supposed to work like that at all, anyway. So we would have benefited from having a little more distance between us and, for instance, 730. It is, on the other end, still 27 nautical miles, so we are, well, let's just see how it progresses. I'm going flap 3 now, and I believe flap 4 is also possible, so just do that. And probably procedurally incorrect, but I'm going to drop the gear just so we have a lot more drag, because I'm afraid of speeding up, you know, because the descent is quite aggressive. So what is this? What we see on the navigational display, what does it look like out of the window? I would assume then left here and right there, perhaps. I always find that challenging to determine. So after 730 it's putting us in a straight line, which is not what we want. I was hoping that once we reach 730 that we could do the rest visually, and that's where some terrain experience definitely can come in handy. But I do like a good challenge. So still descending, it's good, speed is holding steady. We are still 22 nautical miles from 730. So let's see if we can maybe enter the next waypoints. 799er, 818. Oh, not there. Yes. Okay, so 799er. Oh, we're never going to make it doing it like this. What do you think? Papa Romeo 818. This is now starting to look a little more like a flight plan though. And then Papa Romeo 816, 814, and the rest we don't need. 816, 814, okay. Just quickly do it like this. 816. Excuse me. Well, I thought I was doing it like this the whole time. Okay, so screw it. We're just going to have to make do. After 818, we take a turn. Oh, this is definitely nerve-wracking, man, I'm telling you. So the speed is fine, but and we should actually stay at 13,800. I wish I just could put in the flight plan there, man, the waypoints. Oh, there you go. I need this green one, probably. So let's give it another go quickly. PR816.
2,500.
Yes, 2500, PR816. Put it there. There you go. And then the PR814. This now looks a little more like it. Let's have a look outside. These altitude warnings. Yeah, so it's the hilltops right there, or rather mountain tops. You would not call these hills. Okay, so what's our fuel situation? 320. Well, actually, we should be able to make it, I guess. But it's definitely cutting it close. So you really have to know this area well. I do not know it very well. I know the final approach bit from the flight challenge, landing challenge, and I've been here more than just with the flight challenge, obviously, but never really made a really hardcore effort, you know, to get acquainted with the area and the surroundings, and you know, to navigate visually. Here at all. So 13,800 is holding. I don't think actually I would mind the speed drops even more. Let's just try 134 for a bit. So 730, 799, 818, 816. 730, 799, 818, 816, 814, 812, 810, 808. Now we could maybe just program them in, just so I mean, we're going to go manual anyway after a while. I'll think from around here maybe. So was it 816? I believe that as soon as we pass the 816, it's this one, then we really need to start getting down.
2,500.
816, you're 13,800. Here you are 7.7 nautical miles out. 812, you keep coming down. 0808. Let's have a look quickly at what if there's any thing they tell you with regards to the go around. Nothing, it's just visuals. So 162, and there's a whole bunch of RNAV points really. We find ourselves on this chart here actually. We're coming from this direction. That's interesting. Okay, so we're turning. 799 are coming up. The airport itself is actually to our right now, somewhere there, behind this mountain. We're going to fly over this, and then probably that is the interesting top there, but I'm not really sure. fuel 140. It's a little scary. 120. Man, think we're going to run out of fuel? I believe it should be possible to refuel, if you will. But if we were to click reset now, like, the aircraft would suddenly become a whole bunch of kilos heavier. So let's keep this as a backup. So we are almost there. After 818 we go to 816, and once we pass 816 we go at the whole procedure again. So what is ahead of us? Let me look outside to see for the next time I can recognize maybe, hopefully, the area. Not really sure, it looks weird. Man, this is crazy area, man. Well, this should be fine. 818 to 816. It is. It should actually be precisely. Let's just check it. But it should be precisely here on this part of the chart. Well, a little bit to the right, aren't we?
2,500.
Speed 134. I'm going to reduce speed 130. What's the fuel? 40 kilograms. You're kidding me? No, I cannot stand this. I'm going to get heart attack. Maybe just do a reset or something. Okay, so there's no problem there, I guess. So it's good. Okay, so we're turning now, so we need to descend now. So probably just quickly, let's descend, turn off the autopilot, and putting the nose down.
$2,500. 2,500.
I'm looking for the temple. That's right there. Okay. So descending, obviously we're picking up speed.
2,500.
Let's see if we can bleed it off again and get some sort of stabilization going on. Let's get rid of the fuel box right there. Speed 160. That's a little high. Well, this is starting to look at least like the way I sort of fly the approach when I do the landing challenge. And it's a lot more stabilized than our first attempt. Still actually believe we are a little high. I'm going to see, can we extend the... oh man, we've been flying with the speed brakes on this whole time. It is really, man, it's... So let's arm the... let's see what it's going to do now for us. Speed wants to pick up a little bit. Let's go even lower. Might not be correct because the MCDU obviously was counting on us being a lot lighter than we are now. The speed is still very high. Don't sink. No, not sinking. What are you thinking about? Okay, speed brake out. There's a runway. Speed 140 is fine. speed brake and go back.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay, let's see if we can do this, man.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
No talking to the pilot, please, during these procedures.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
This is scary. This is not going
Don't sink.
the way I had in mind.
Don't
I'm
sink.
wondering if this is actually the same approach
Don't
now.
sink.
Yes, it must be.
Don't sink.
Okay, just engines to idle.
Don't sink.
Man, this is crazy, man.
Don't sink.
My God.
Pull up. Don't
No,
sink.
we're going down.
Don't sink.
We're doing it.
Pull up.
No, we're not pulling
Sink.
up. No, we're
Pull
going
up.
down. No.
Don't sink. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink.
20.
Don't sink.
Oh my God, man. Braking, braking, braking. Stay on the runway, please. No, no. We crashed. Well, we're dead. It was a spectacular death. It can all be over in a second. And now we're dead. We were trying to land at the Paro airfield. I don't know how many people are now gone. Next time I would really hope that I will do a lot better job. I will hope I will do a lot of a better job. And maybe learn a thing or two from what happened here today. So we are crashed and dead. We just went off the runway. And it took the aircraft a while, but it killed us in the end. Okay, but obviously it's just a game, it's just a simulator. So anyway, thank you for checking. Okay, so let's put the guitar away and let's end the stream. Thank you for checking. Hope you learned a thing or two. I did, and I had fun. See you guys next time. Thank you for checking again, and hopefully see you in the next stream. Bye bye.